All right, let the fun begin. This is the Rocket series, and we'll start at the top of our mats in Samastitihi, mountain pose. Bring your feet together. Create a little bit of space between the heels and let the arms hang. Taking a moment to reflect on the land that you stand upon. And begin to embody the qualities of a mountain that is immovable, steady, we practice for so many reasons, but one is to clear away the clutter of sleep and memory and fantasy. Open your eyes. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, low push up. Roll over the toes, lift the chest. Slide back, downward dog. Once in the downward facing dog, bending the right, then the left knee. Get a bit exploratory in the pelvis, in your legs. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Bow. Stand up, palms touch. Release the arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, lower. Over the toes, lift the sternum. Slide back, upside down V. Again, you might want to pedal the legs or land. Traditionally, we practice in the morning before the mind gets busy. Hollow your belly, eyes forward, top of the mat. Lengthen. Bow. Stand up, palms touch. Release the arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, low push up. Over the toes, lift this chest. Slide back, downward dog. So imagining there is something sacred at the pelvic floor, and no one needs to know about it. It is the sacred little superpower plug of the yogi. Begin to knit the sitting bones, the pubic bone, the tailbone toward each other. Hollow your belly, eyes forward, top of the mat. Lift your heart. Bow. Reach up, palms touch. Release the arms. Sit low, Utkatasana. Over the thighs, fold in. Lengthen. Step walk, fly back, lower. Roll over the toes, buoyant heart. Slide back. The right foot steps, the back heel drops, reach up. Hands plant, hips low, chaturanga. Over the toes, lift the heart. Slide back. The left foot steps, low hips, high heart up. Down, palms plant, back to lower. Over the toes, spinal extension. Downward facing dog, home base. So you might like to stay just the way you are. You might like to drop down onto the forearms and play with dolphin. Some of you might walk it in, maybe use a wall to walk up or kick up into forearm stand. Wherever you are, get curious about your eyes, what they're looking at. If you're upside down, come down, downward facing dog, extend back. Eyes forward, top of the mat. Lengthen. Bow. Sit low, palms touch. Stand up. Just like that. Bend the knees, arms up. Fold in half, forehead to shins. Lengthen. Step walk, float back, lower. Roll over the toes, up dog. Down dog. The right foot steps, warrior one takes you up. Down, finger bones wide, step back, lower. Roll it open. Slide it back. The left foot steps, low hips, reach up. Hands plant, step back, lower. Over the toes, buoyant heart. Slide back, upside down V, down dog. The beauty of the practice is every day it's a little different. And the only reference point we have is who we were yesterday, what our body was like yesterday. Hollow your belly, eyes forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Bow. Sit low, stay here. Rest your belly on your thighs, but reach the palms back, they face down. Get wide through the sitting bones and imagine that you're doing an up dog in the chest, so there's a lift in the shoulders. The big toe joints touch, the heels are apart. Crow pose or a little squat. Tuck your knees on top of your elbows and lift up. So this is a very contracted, small shape. If you want to start to straighten the arms and lift the heels, that's another option. Step walk, fly back, low push-up. Roll over the toes, lift the heart, slide back. The right foot steps, warrior one, come up. So the arms could splay, the palms could touch. But regardless of the shape, the eyes are set. Tip it forward, standing split. Tent the fingers, reach your left leg crazy high. Some of you might like to kick up into a handstand here. You might like to walk your fingers back and point your toe. Wherever you are, step back, warrior two, arms open, hips open. So we come to our mats, and it's like going to battle. I say this a lot, but against complacency, boredom, against judgment towards self and other. Straighten your right leg, heel toe the left foot in for triangle. Take your shin, the ankle, the floor. The left arm is up and your eyes are committed to that thumbnail in the sky. Get curious about the rib basket. Take the low ribs toward each other. Take your eyes down, take your hands down, square your hips. Take the left hand to the pinky toe edge, right hand to the small of the back or the sky, twisted triangle. So we don't often enter that shape from the ground up. There may be some physical agitation or excitement. All of that is interesting. Take your eyes down, your hands down, extended side angle. Hop the back foot back. Take your right hand inside your foot. You might like to bind, threading the hand behind the back. Some of you might like to fly birds of paradise or a bound half moon. If you're flying, step down, step back. Untangle the arms, drop the back knee, twisted side angle. Reach your left arm up, hook it over, hands to prayer, or in the rocket series, it's a bind. So rocket is different than Ashtanga yoga, particularly the binding variations. We don't see this in traditional Ashtanga yoga. Keep rolling the top shoulder open. Untangle the arms, half moon pose, right hand, right foot, go up. You could catch your hip, you could bend the leg in the sky, catching the ankle. Pull the ears back, squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades together. Bring the hands to the ground. This is a standing split. And we'll do a jump switch or a handstand switch. So you could step down and step up or kick up. Switch sides. Half moon. Hand to the shin, maybe hand to the hip, maybe hand to the sky. Lean the ears back, squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades together. Release this shape, step way far back with the right foot, twisted side angle, reach the right arm up. Hook it over, hands to prayer, or we work our bind. Kick out through the back heel, open that top lung up. Extended side angle from the floor up. Hands down, drop your back foot. Take your left hand to the inner edge of the foot. If you took a bind last time, do so again. If you flew in birds of paradise, do that. Take big sweeping inhales to exhales. Get curious about the big toe joints, and if you could find mountain pose here. If you're flying, step down, step back. Untangle the arms to build twisted triangle from the floor up. Hop the back foot in, square the hips. Take the right hand to the pinky toe edge. Manipulate, maneuver, rotate the top shoulder. Trikonasana, hands down, triangle from the floor up. Hop the back foot back, I know, a little bizarre, and then top arm extends toward the sky. Set your eyes like a laser beam on that thumb. So when we are going to war with this idea of complacency and boredom, it's a little bit about being strict. Strict with where we put our eyes, making our commitments and keeping them. Eyes down, and inhale lifts you into warrior two. Slinky nice and low, shoulders soft. So there is so much myth behind the asana, and this posture, Virabhadra, warrior pose, it's not just a fluffy idea of a warrior. We are the warrior. Standing split, windmill the hands to the earth, lift your back leg up. So for some of us, we'll bow in a standing split. Some of you might fly into a handstand. The foot in the sky pointing high. And a big step back with that right foot, Virabhadrasana A, warrior one. So you might feel some congestion in the right hip. If that's the case, pull the low belly back and extend the arms. Do you see what you're looking at? Bring the hands to the ground, step back, low push-up. Over the toes, lift the chest. Slide back, down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, Padangustasana. Catch your big toes with your peace fingers. Lengthen. Fold over the thighs and let your head get crazy heavy. Drop it, shake it, let it go. Could you take the legs and set them like mountain pose, and then use your legs as the rocks from which the waterfall of the spine falls? No gripping, no holding. Inhale, lengthen. Release the fingertips, walk the feet together and knock the knees for side crow. Pivot the knees to face the left. That might be good, a little twist. Some of you might pick it up and fly. Side crow, 3, 2, 1. Release your flight, knees in the opposite direction. Snuggle in, pick it up, side crow. Be firm with yourself and compassionate at the same time. 2, 1. Release the feet, knees hip distance. Thread your palms under your feet, Padahastasana. Lengthen and fold forward. Shake your head. Tip your weight. What is happening at the upper thigh bones? Live in your legs, your bones, your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Option for a little squat, it's a good option to stay here. Otherwise, crow to headstand, back to crow. Pick it up, your toes can tuck for 3. Protracting the shoulders, owning the arms. And then widening the legs, gently lowering the head, sailing up into a little teddy bear. The legs might extend, the glutes might tone. And then gently hooking those knees back on the arms, pick it up, crow. Release your feet, little mini squat at the back of the mat. Delicious. Slide forward, downward dog. Eyes forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Bow. Reach up, palms touch. Release your arms. Take a step out with the right foot, prasarita, pigeon toe the feet, catch the waist. Look up. Fold forward, hands down. Big inhale clears the abdomen, and exhale folds you down. So you know your options. If you like to go upside down, feel free to sail the legs to the ceiling. Rhetorical question, but tell me about the bottom of your exhale. Yes, Rosie. If the feet are up, gently place them down. Inhale, lengthen, flatten the back. Catch your waist. Stand up. The arms float open for prasarita C. Intertwine the fingers, feet a little wider. Squeeze the elbows together. Bend your knees. Roll your pelvis, hands toward the floor. A big inhale stands you up. Beautiful, Lori. Arms float open for D. Catch your waist, puff your chest. Hands down the legs to catch your big toes. Lengthen. Fold over the thighs, crown of the head to the floor, sitting bones high. You may like a shorter stance. Pull the navel center back, head down. Your only reference point is who you were yesterday. Where were you inauthentic? Where were you compassionate? Inhale, lengthen. Release the hands to the earth for middle splits or frog pose. Drop to the knees. If you prefer middles, that's great. Frogs, also great. And maybe drop down onto the elbows. Take your attention to what grips. If you were to compare the right and left inner thigh, is one a little more fearful? Rising all the way up, back to a wide-legged shape. Before we switch to splits, we'll take our TT Basan. So option for a squat, or catch a hold of the heels, walk them together, widen the elbows, sit back and lift the legs for 3. Point the toes, up dog the heart, 2. 1, release your feet to the earth. Skandasana facing the right, so the back of your mat. Straighten your left leg and flex your toes up. The right knee is bent. Some of us might be able to bring our hands to heart. We might open our arms. We might bind around that folded right knee. Find mountain pose here. Release the shape for half split or full split facing the back. Straighten the right leg, kick your heel, melting into your expression of Hanuman. So we'll enter a seated twist facing the back with the option to turn it into Kundinasana hand balance. So lunge into the right, slide forward and bring your left knee behind your right foot for an Ardha Matsyendrasana. Scoot your bottom. Reach your right hand behind your back, your left elbow catches the right knee, but some of you might stand up on the shin, lift your legs up, Kundinasana B, fan the legs, big full breath. Release your seat. Okay, it's a headstand switch or a can-can girl switch to end up in a seated twist the opposite direction. Reach your left hand behind your back. The right elbow catches the knee. Beautiful, Jules. Maybe stay there. Maybe pick it up. Kundinasana, 3, 2, 1. Release your bottom. And we'll end up in Hanuman on the left side, facing the back. Straighten your left leg. Maybe slide, glide forward, pelvis heavy, Hanuman. Find your right big toe and your left big toe. They share a plane. Skandasana facing the back. Bend into the left knee. Fan the left toes to the upper corner of the mat. Flex your right toes to the sky, hands down or to heart. Maybe that left arm extends and maybe you bind around your knee joint. And then slowly untangle and walk yourself to the right, to the forward, to the front. Step your left foot to meet your right foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Stand all the way up, palms touch. Release the arms. Ballerina posture. So the options are, you'll be on your left leg. The option is to catch the edge of the knee or the foot and take it out wide. Otherwise, you could catch the edge of the foot like a sundial pose and peek your head through. So you are on your left leg. Either take the right knee, take it wide, catch the edge of the foot, take it wide, or take a variation of sundial. Looking good, Dee? Yeah, cat. And release the shape. Opposite side, ballerina posture. Catch your knee or the edge of the foot, take it wide. Maybe reach up and under for sundial. Mula bandha, so that cross stitch of the pelvic floor. Zipper your leg all the way through center and release. Dancer's pose on your left leg. If you're working a king bind and have a strap, do that. Otherwise, catch your ankle and dance. Find stability. So we don't see this pose super often. It shows up in the third series. And release the shape. Nice cat. Opposite side, Natrajasana, dancer's pose. And release the shape. Take a moment, feel the blood rush. Close your eyes. Mountain pose, samastitihi. It means equal and steady posture. Flying pigeon, feet come hip distance. Sit low in the hips, arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Wrap the right shin over the left knee. Perhaps we stay here. Maybe the hands come down as we wrap the foot around the tricep. Release your flight, Utkatasana. Opposite side, wrap the foot. Wide thighs, snuggle in, pick it up. 3, 2, 1. Release your flight. Sit on your throne. Pop your heels, drop your bottom, and meet me in Navasana. Take a look at your feet. Take a look at your knees. Take a look at your life. And then release the hands, release the legs. Right leg back, crown chasana, heron. Pelvis rolls up. Glue your knee to your chest. Maybe catch the ankle. Maybe wrap all the way around your foot. If this pose were an offering to your great-great-grandmother, what would the alignment be? What would the intention be? Inhale, lengthen, Marichiasana F. Take your long leg, bend it. So you either step it inside your knee or to the pinky toe side of the foot and turn it into a twist. Hook your right elbow on your knee. Some of you might thread the right hand through the peephole of the knee joint to catch the fingers. The eyes come forward, untangle, extend the left leg. Take your right leg, pick it up, and rock your hip. This might be as far as we go, which is perfectly fine, or hook the knee on the back of the arm, pick it up, Ashtavakrasana 3. Some of you might like to take it into a vinyasa 2. 1. Coming all the way through on your own time for Crown Chasana, opposite side. Take your left leg, tuck it back, toes flush. Round your pelvis. So if this is a pose that screams at you, awesome. It's a chance to wake up. Knee to chest, hand to ankle, or wrap around the foot. So how alive and awake are you in your own life? Is it like Groundhog Day? Take the long leg, you might bend the knee joint, place it inside the knee or over top of it. Mary Chi F. Dun, 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 dun. Hook your left elbow on your knee. Some of you might thread the hand through the peephole of the knee joint, catch the fingers. The eyes come forward, untangle for Ashtavakrasana. Take the right leg, extend it out in front. Pull your left leg forward, rock your hip. If you wish to pick it up and fly for Ashta, do that. 3, 2, 1, you might like to vinyasa back, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Drop down onto the knees for Virasana, hero's pose. If you like a block under your bottom, set yourself up. Hands on the thighs, palms open to receive. One of my favorite things about being in the presence of a teacher when I'm going to classes is that I have to let go a little bit. Let go of control, what I want, and then lean back, if possible, sleeping hero. And it's a good practice of non-attachment. It's a good practice of trust. As we change our direction into the back-bending postures, this is the first pose that indicates we're going to lengthen the whole front line. And when you're ready, come all the way up. Option to extend into down dog or take it into a headstand. So you've looked at second series, you've played with second series. From here we could vinyasa out or step back, down dog. Shift your weight to plank and come all the way to your tummy. Shalambhasan A and B, tops of the hands on the earth, lift the heart. Keep everything up, anchor through the palms, elbows tight, little princess, pixie, fairy wings on our back, squeeze them together. And release, cheek to one side. If you wish to vinyasa, vinyasa. Shalambhasan, Dhanurasana. Eyes forward, bend your knees. Catch your ankles and come all the way up. Kick your feet into your hands, open your throat. Pull the knee joints together. 3, 2, 1, and release. It's a vinyasa or pushback downward dog. Drop down onto the knees, Ustrasana camel pose. Stand up on the knees. Catch the low back, get long through the spine, reach back, Ustrasana camel. All the way up. You could go upside down, handstand, headstand, forearm stand, or just sit here in hero's pose. Last one, upside down, people. Nice Rosie, nice Shauna. Stand up on the knees, last one from our knees. Catch your waist, long through the low back, compress the upper back and neck, lean back. So if you can recall from hero's pose, this is a front body opener. Open the throat, eyes track the wall. 3, 2, 1, come all the way up. Plant your palms, downward dog. Drop down onto the knees and lift the right hand up. Thread it through shoulder and ear to the mat. Tent your fingertips, roll the left shoulder open. Tell me about your right deltoid, your right shoulder muscle. Are you using it to leverage the twist? Opposite side, slide up, switch, opposite elbow, shoulder to the ground. What parts of your body are touching the ground? And how are you leveraging them to get into the side? Rise all the way up. Option 1, sit back, child's. Option 2, dolphin pose. Option 3, forearm stand yet again. Choose the shape. And when you make your decision, be really firm about it. So if it is an inversion, you commit and you go for it. If it's a resting pose, you commit and you go for it. You are the ones we have been waiting for. Beautiful work. Come all the way down and sit back, child's pose. Let it all fall away. Go to the center of your center right now. One more inversion, handstand or child's pose. You can walk up the wall, you can kick up the wall. When you're ready, 10, 9, 8, 7, hollow the belly, use your fingertips. Come all child's. Slide forward onto your belly for a shoulder opener before we close. Right arm to the side. Roll over onto your right hip, right palm, tent your left fingers. Even now, can you find mountain pose? And I mean more of an internal alignment of feeling versus what it looks like structurally. Roll back down onto your belly, opposite side, left arm down, left hip down. Immovable, steady, immaculate, awe-inspiring. The height of a mountain, the peak. And then roll back down onto the belly for headstand. Now you might like to roll over onto your back and take a reclined twist. Otherwise, elbows down, fingers intertwined. Bring the crown of the head toward the floor and let your legs sail up. And even if you've done this 1,000 times, 10,000 times, it can still be tweaked to be more alive. If you like to split the legs and eagle the legs, you might spend the next 5 breaths in playtime. And if you're comfortable, familiar with the pike, slide the legs to point to the back and the bottom to point to the front. Clear the navel center. All the way back up. Come all the way down, sit back, child's pose. Let it all fall away. Let go of control, of grip, of plan. Taking a vinyasa and meeting me in a comfortable seat for our last 3 poses. Now, they could be done cross-legged, half lotus, or a full padmasana, full lotus pose. Take your hands behind your back, grab opposite elbows or lotus toes. Inhale boosts the chest, and exhale, you fold. And this pose is emblematic that everything we need is already inside. We go to the experts and we spend all this money, and truthfully, the answers are always inside. The greats wouldn't tell us to go there if it was a dangerous, scary thing to do. Sit up. Extend your arms, touch your thumb, first finger together, and sit well. Sit proud. Sit strong. Go to your eyebrows, ensure they're gentle. And then press your palms down into the earth and lift your lotus up off the pond. 10. Eyes up. Nice and high. 4. And release. Taking a vinyasa and lying on your back for final relaxation, shavasana. So well deserved. And even though it is an expression of death, it's also an expression of celebration. You showed up. You burned bright. One more big breath. The concept of magic has been stripped away. But back in the day, there were people that combined herbs and made potions and essential oils to treat ailments. The yoga practice is a reminder that there is magic and we are magicians or priestesses. We make magic with our words. We cast spells. So we get to decide how light we want to play. Because everything we do matters. Take a deep inhale. Move your fingers and toes. And stretch your arms and point your beautiful feet. Tuck your knees toward your belly to roll to the right. And come to a seat. And not out of habit, and that's so tricky, but not out of habit or repetition, but out of great respect for where you have been. Hands to your heart. Lift your chest to your hands, bow your chin to your hands. The power to endure and the power of showing up. Lifting our eyes to each other. Thank you for your practice.